Hi everybody, this is Nikki again, and I'm here to do another video that I'm going to tell you up front is going to be opinion packed, because this one I'm just going to have a hard time reading with a straight face. This video absolutely has no medical advice whatsoever. What I am going to share with you comes from Medtronic. It's similar, it's tip number 2 to the last video that I did on exercise tips. It does come from a Medtronic trainer who was sharing information with me, which I do appreciate. And as I said, most of it I was willing to pass on with minimal, opinion, whatever. This one I'm going to have a hard time with, and this is the Dawn phenomenon tips. Before I go on, I got to say really quick, say this one time, I'm never going to say it again. If you notice that I'm struggling with the front of my hair, it's because I'm struggling with the front of my hair. I might be balding, I don't have any idea, but I did have a surgery on top of my head. They did take away a whole bunch of that hair. I wore those headbands for like 4 months, and I was cool with them right up until my husband said I looked like the Dr. Pepper guy, and then I couldn't wear them anymore, so here I am. So it might be balding, I don't know, but there was a lot of hair that was missing there. And now I'll get on to what you, if you're not a toddler, may have actually come to this video to see. Okay, Dawn phenomenon tips. This comes from this document. And this document comes from, as I said, a Medtronic trainer who has given me some information to pass on. I will do everything I can for all of the other tips to do so without a whole bunch of opinion, but this one I'm just going to let you know, and fair warning. Okay, let's start by reviewing what the system does and does not do. They're already setting themselves up for commentary right there, but I'm not going to. Okay. System does determines how much insulin to give via dynamic auto-basal every 5 minutes based on the current SG, the trend, how far away SG is from target, and for how long it's been away from the target, the estimated plasma insulin, which is total insulin delivered, both your basal and your bolus. Okay, so this is basically what this is. I think they're kind of talking about the algorithm, right? The magic equation. I think they're talking about what it is taking into consideration is those things. What the system does not do, in my case, is work. That's it. I won't do it again. It does not automatically adjust doses based on time of day. That's a big one. That's an important one. I shouldn't crack a joke in front of that. It does not automatically adjust doses based on the time of day. Okay, note, because it is not a pattern management system, the system can't, quote unquote, learn a patient's increased insulin needs due to Dawn phenomenon. This is the part that I'm going to have a hard time pushing past my lips. How can you best help your patient when they experience Dawn phenomenon? In most cases, auto-basal increases... I'll be right with you, Mom. Okay, in most cases, auto-basal increases keep early morning sensor glucose levels at reasonable fasting glucose levels. However, in patients with significant early morning insulin resistance and a pronounced dawn rise of greater than 150 milligrams per deciliter, auto-basal increases may not be enough. In these cases, instruct patients to enter their morning blood glucose reading from their meter as soon as they awake and deliver the correction bolus as recommended by the system. Remember, this correction will target a glucose of 150 true all day, right? It's going to target 150 with the auto-basal designed to continue to lower glucose to 120 milligrams gradually. It is important to acknowledge any frustration your patients may have at seeing these higher glucose values at first. Some people experience them for months, but remind them that 1, the SG will need to start to rise before the auto-basal delivery will increase. So setting the expectation with the patient that they might see higher SGs at the beginning will help ease the transition into the system. 2, make sure the patient is giving a correction dose upon waking if needed and if allowed, right? Because if you're not above that 150, it's not going to give you anything anyway. 3, remind patients of the importance of giving a pre-bolus before any meal, but especially breakfast if they are seeing a pronounced early morning spike. I'm having a tough time here. Remind patients that the algorithm is always targeting a glucose of 120 to achieve glucose values between 70 and 180 a majority of the time. But they will not be 120 all of the time. Okay, what I would like to say about this is I didn't have pronounced dawn phenomenon until I was in auto mode. So I am going to, in the interest of science, I'm going to donate my body to 4 days in auto mode, just the overnight in the mornings, and I'm going to compare it to 4 days in manual mode. And I'm not going to have my morning coffee. That's what's going to kill me. I will have a Coke Zero, and that's gross. But I'm going to do this because I'm going to show how my blood sugar rises in the morning in auto mode and not in manual mode. And it's not dawn phenomenon. And I think I can do this at will. And if I can't, I'm not going to post the video. In fact, I'm going to stop answering questions. Not that there are any. So this one really upsets me because I feel like we are being fed some stuff here, and I think that there's a whole lot of people who are now talking about dawn phenomenon, and I don't think it's dawn phenomenon. I'm not arguing the existence of dawn phenomenon. We all experience it, even non-diabetics. I get it, but this is what we are doing in auto mode in the morning. Many of us is we're having a rise because of the auto mode delivery overnight, and I think they know this. Sorry, I know I just pissed off somebody, but it's true. I think they know it, and I think that they're trying to put this back on us. Oh, it's only 6.5 minutes. See, I'd like to just bow out. I don't know. This is a very opinionated video. I get that. But I spent a lot of mornings looking at that blood sugar rise before I ate anything and everything else and thinking it was dawn phenomenon. And then I watched it go away, and I watched it disappear in manual mode, and that's all I'm trying to say. And I think that some of the things that are said in here are very interesting, including to kind of talk about the frustration early on, at first, acknowledge this frustration, but explain that the SG has to rise in order for the pump to do anything. I think it's kind of explaining that all of these things that we're seeing is normal, and whatever it can't handle is because of our body. And all I'm trying to say is, in my case, this is not true. So that's it. Now I'm far enough into the video to dip out. So if you have anything to say about this, and you're not Medtronic, because Medtronic, you're going to have to call my secretary. Anyway, that's it. If you got something to say, I would love to hear it. I am prepared for a good debate, and I'm bringing logs. That's all I know. I hope you guys have a great evening or morning wherever you are, and thanks for watching. Bye.